I had a thought, and I feel like everybody probably feels like this, so I was like, all right, let's start recording. Which I feel like it could be helpful to some people. Also, I'm building a shelf. But I have come to the realization, well, a long time ago, that I'm a chronic oversharer. Like, literally, I overshare everything. And I don't know why I do it. I feel the need to over-explain, like, things, and I feel the need to explain myself. And I don't really know... Gosh, that's awful, isn't it? I don't know where I got this trait from. And sometimes I feel like I overshare because I feel incredibly misunderstood and misjudged. And I feel like people get my character incorrect. In my head. I don't know if that's accurate or not, though. Like, I feel like so many people could tell me, like, they love me, and I would be like, well, that's bad, but, like, I just feel, I don't doubt people's love for me. Sometimes I do. That's a lie. I do second guess a lot of things and, like, what people say versus what they do, which I think keeps you safe in life and stuff like that. But I think I'm a chronic oversharer because I think I'm so misunderstood. But I'm really, how misunderstood can I be if I literally share everything that's on my mind authentically with, like, literally anyone who comes across me, whether they ask or they don't ask. I just share. Like, I just am like, hey, I want you to know that this piece of information. And it's like, so am I really misunderstood, or is there something? But also, I do think I'm a little misunderstood because I think everybody has this problem where, like, they feel misunderstood and they all, like, have this self-doubt issue on, like, wondering is what people are saying actually how they feel, because we've gotten so filtered, like, in our society that, like, so many people are scared to be authentic, and, like, so many people are so robotic and literally clones of, like, just the, like, once you get into the workforce, like, you just, like, have to, like, you don't have to, but there's this, like, pressure of, like, normalizing yourself, or, like, just acting a certain way, posting certain things, believing certain things, in order to, like, you know, fit in that bubble, and that's, like, a constant thing throughout life, whether it's the popular kids in school, or it's, like, in the professional environment, or it's, like, with somebody you have a friend crush on that you really want to be friends with. It's like you feel incentive and pressure to shelter or act a little different. And, like, I think that I feel that pressure, but then I don't act correct or proper, and then I get self-conscious about it, and then I'm like, I think people see it as this is my recycling, by the way. That's embarrassing. This is my recycling. And then people see it as I don't know how people see it. I assume people see it as, like, all negative things, though. Like, I feel like it's frowned upon. Depending, obviously you have to be appropriate, but, like, also I just, like, don't want to, like, I don't know how to explain it. But I'm a chronic oversharer because I'm convinced that nobody understands me. Even, like, the people who really understand me, I'm like, nobody gets it. Like, nobody, I feel like I have, because of everybody has their own like unique upbringing and their own unique childhood. And like, I feel like that really does shape who you are. And I wish I had a sibling, because I feel like they could understand the way my brain operates a little bit because of my like environmental like upbringing. But I don't even like have a blood sibling that grew up in the same household as I did to relate to me. I mean, I have somebody very similar to like what a sibling would be like, and I feel like she does understand my brain, which is intense and complex, which like it's constantly changing. Like my moods and my emotions, the way I see myself, the way I see others, the way I see the world, like it constantly is evolving, like just even day by day. And like I have a hard time getting out of that mindset of like, even when I'm surrounded by people I love, I still feel alone because I'm like, nobody gets it. But like it comes to a point of like, you have to be appreciative for the people who try, like the people who try to get it, and the people who love you regardless, even if we both think different. Like in this, you know, it's not just me probably feeling this way, it's probably, you know, the other person as well. Like, and one of my faults is I try to read people so hard, because but I'll also verbalize, like I will literally be like, I read you as this, like I'm reading this from you, like do you agree? And like, because I feel like I try to really like understand somebody and like why they make the decisions they make and why they feel the way that they do. Like I really try to like understand them, because I feel misunderstood. So I'm like, all right, let me try to understand you so I can like, you know, one, figure out if we're like compatible, whether it's friendship or relationship, and two, how to best serve your needs and like your feelings like when I'm around, and like what to do together. Like I try to understand people and like read people, and like sometimes it's so bad because like I'll literally like read people and sometimes it's wrong, or like sometimes I convince people that it's right even if it's never been like, even if they never even thought about it before. Like literally, like I'll be like, I feel like you feel this way. Am I correct or am I incorrect? And then like sometimes people will be like, second guess themselves, which is like, no, that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to understand you like deeply. And even if we have just like a surface level friendship or whatever kind of relationship we have, like I truly like have been programmed to try to understand and try to make people happy. Like that's what I want to do at the end of the day. It's so corny, but like it's literally true. Like I think that that's at the end of the day, like your mindset and like the way you live and like what you put outward like comes back to you. And like I try to be like a light as much as I possibly can, but I also try to be like authentic. Like I try to be like very like I don't know, similar to a light. Like I try my hardest, because I know there's a certain point in my life where I like needed one myself. And what's sad is like the people who really need it like the most like are just like so like in the dark that like you have to like push them to see it, or they like they can't, like they're just, but like now I don't even know what I'm talking about. Like literally what am I talking about? But yeah, like it's very hard for me not to, especially when I'm like young and like living alone and like figuring myself out, like figuring out what I want to do, like just trying to like get my bearings with like life and stuff. And like I think I have a good idea of like, you know, my morals, like what I want out of life, like chicken. My morals, what I want out of life, my beliefs, and like what I align with. And like I try to find people who are similar and different to further my, you know, perspective and stuff. But there's so many people who are the same like in my life right now. And like very healthy, like, and I see them as like very healthy and like normal and like not crazy. And like sometimes I'm like, wow, like I mean I try my hardest to be like healthy and stuff, but I'm like, I'm nuts. Like I'm I feel things so intensely and so deeply, like I'm nuts. Not really, I'm too hard on myself, but it's just like I feel like I fight the normalcy. Like I don't really want to be like normal, and I don't really want to fit into like the narrative that I'm supposed to fit in, even though I do right now and it feels good and like I'm happy. I'm the happiest I've been, but it's just like being found in like the what life is supposed to be like realm, and like finding your place in it made me feel lost. Like I was like, oh, like in a sense of like, oh, like I'm just like everybody else. Like I'm just like a normal like normal adult in society, you know. And it's weird transitioning from like college sorority girl to you know, 8 to 5, have my own place, and I love it and I'm happy. And yeah, it's just like I have to fight not to lose my spark. And I feel like some people fight me on it too. Like there's been multiple times where like it's like just shut up and fit the narrative, you know? I just can't. I just can't do it. I'm like la di da da da. Like I'm just gonna keep like or like my soul will like be like I can't, I don't know. And starting with like chronic oversharing, like I feel the need to like explain myself. And I have this problem where I feel like I don't fit in with everybody else. Like I feel like I don't belong. Like I feel like I don't fit in, and I feel like nobody gets me, and like nobody understands. Like they're like, where did this weird girl come from? This outspoken, like weird, like girl. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know how, like I made it here, and like I'm so blessed and I'm so thankful that I did. But it's also like, sometimes I'm like, is this what my life is supposed to be about? Is this is like the normalcy. This is like what's supposed to happen. I think like this is like what's supposed to happen. But why do I feel alone in it? Even though, like, everybody's doing it. Like, what? I don't know. I don't know if any of that made any sense. But, like, I figured, you know, as I'm sitting here on a Saturday night on my floor, building a shelf, thinking about my life and just like feeling alone in it sometimes, and like feeling isolated in my own head, and like nobody understands like my life and my perspective, and like even though I share with everybody constantly my life and my perspective, which makes it's very contradictory. I know, I don't get it either. I don't understand. I don't know why I feel this way, but I'm sure that somebody else does. Like, I'm sure that somebody else feels exactly like this, which is why I figured I would share. But yeah, I don't know. And at the end of the day, like, I don't want anybody to feel alone, and I'm not like bummed out about it. Like, I'm not like sad, and I hope you aren't either, because like, don't be, because in reality, like, you're not, and like, I'm not. It's just like, it's you are the only one who has to live inside your head. So try to make it a nice place to be, but also don't get upset that you're the only one that has to live inside your head. And you can share like how you're feeling, and don't let it discourage you if you feel like somebody doesn't understand. Try to find the people who like want to try to understand, because like even if they don't, the fact that they are like receptive and like they want to hear about you should make you feel less alone in it, you know, because like somebody is showing you that they care. And like, I care, I care about, you know, you being happy and me being happy and us ending up where we're supposed to end up. So, you know, share. Like, there's nothing wrong with sharing. It's just scary, because then the more people know about you, the more perception, I guess, there is to be made about things. I don't know. Anyways, if you feel if you ever feel misunderstood and alone and confused, so do I. So try to find the people who like want to hear about you and like want to hear how you're thinking and how you're feeling, because I promise somebody does. And when you find those people, hold on to those people, because it'll make you feel less alone, even though, you know, at the end of the day, you are the only one who has to live up here. But try to make it a nice place to be. Try to do things you enjoy, healthy things as much as possible. And maybe to end off this video, I'll recommend, I'll give you a recommendation. Go do something self-care driven and something that you'll enjoy and can make it feel fun to be alone. Because sometimes you can have fun alone. It's possible. You could do it. So I'm gonna keep trying to do that and stop thinking so deeply about, well, I should just focus on building the shelf and give love to my cat Chicken. But anyways, have a nice night. Thank you for watching, and until next time.